Protect us all. Late night knock and the sirens glow. Mama's crying while the cold winds blow. Papers in her hand saying sign right here, but the children hold tight when the heroes appear. Boots hit the pavement, truth in his eyes. The CPS Punisher hears every lie. Not for the money, not for the fame. He's standing for the families, calling his name. And beside him rides Queen Tiff strong, voice like thunder when the systems are wrong. Shield for the broken, hope for the weak, fighting for the parents too scared to speak. No revenge burning in their hearts tonight, just love for the children and the will to fight, trying to keep every family whole. That's the fire living deep in their souls. The CPS Punisher, Queen Tiff by his side, standing for the families they tried to divide, holding the line so the children stay safe, never backing down, never losing faith. They'll fight together through the storm and pain, till families don't live in fear again. Voices rising loud across the nation's halls. Protect our children, protect us all. Oh, protect our children, protect us all. Hey. Courtroom shadows and the whispers spread, stories twisted till the truth seems dead. But the Punisher walks through the fear and smoke, giving strength to the people the system broke. Queen Tiff speaking with the warrior's flame, calling every injustice out by name. She says children need love, not endless control. You can't heal a family by breaking its soul. Neighbors gather raising signs up high, tears in their eyes but they won't hide. Every mother, every father knows love is the seed that a family grows. No revenge burning in their hearts tonight, just hope for tomorrow and the courage to fight, trying to keep every family whole. That's the fire living deep in their souls. The CPS Punisher, Queen Tiff by his side, standing for the families they tried to divide, holding the line so the children stay safe, never backing down, never losing faith. They'll fight together through the storm and pain, till families don't live in fear again. Voices rising loud across the nation's halls. Protect our children, protect us all. One day the fear won't haunt these streets, one day the crying finally sleeps, one day the children all come home and no family stands alone, and no family stands alone. The CPS Punisher,
Queen Tiff standing tall, fighting for the families, fighting for them all.
not for vengeance, not for hate, but to keep love stronger than the state. And they'll keep marching till the whole world sees children belong with their families, hearts unbroken, voices unchained, till every child is safe. Oh, they're safe again. Oh.
won't stand for corruption. We won't stand for stealing kids. This is the Tiff and the Punisher podcast, now joined by the angry citizen. This is a powerful trio, set out to spread the Constitution. This is a powerful trio, set out to stop the evil CPS.
We won't stand for corruption, and we won't stand for stealing kids. This is the Tiff and the Punisher podcast, now joined by the angry citizen.
Hello, hello. Oh, Darren can't master that mute thing. M-U-T-E is mute. It's a button. If you activate the
button.
button, it stops us from hearing you.
Dana, you're very quiet.
What?
You're very low. Your volume's very low. I couldn't hear your insults.
Turn it up.
Can you turn you up? Or do I have to turn you up?
I'm turned up, man. I don't know what else to tell you.
Oh, wow. It's low today. So what's up? What's going on?
The world is in turmoil.
Yes, this world is coming down. The world is indeed in turmoil.
They were spraying chemicals in our skies and poisoning our water and kidnapping
Trying to
our
blow up
children.
Darren. Yep. That's what they do. What else is going on in this family? What is it? What month is this? Foster care month? Is it foster care? Do you know that, Dana? It's foster care month. That's what they've deemed this month, foster care month. Let's not have reunification month. Let's not have don't steal the kids month. Let's not have any of those. Let's promote foster care. How does that make you feel, Dana, when you hear people say foster care to you?
Well, it sounds like it's all nice, doesn't it? Sounds lovely. Foster care. Oh, they're taking care of those poor kids.
They're fostering.
Fostering, not placed with strangers who might be psychopaths.
Right, and molesting and causing all this harm and everything to the children themselves.
Yep. The very thing they tell us they're protecting the children against is the thing that they subject them to.
Taking them from, right. These good parents that don't deserve this stuff, but yet they put them right in the hands of molesters and child pedophiles and all of that stuff. I wonder what the amount of kids, I wonder what the percentage is of the amount of kids that have been taken from their homes that do actually incur some sort of abuse or neglect in the foster care home that didn't at their own. I mean, you're never going to get that number. That's true, because they are obviously all taken because they've been abused and neglected. But I wonder how many of those kids have never seen it. Like my daughter, for instance, if anything has happened to her since the minute that she's left here, then that's, one of the kids, one of the instances. So, but I mean, how are you ever going to know those statistics? You won't, because they're not going to. I'm sure most of these kids probably believe if they were taken at a young enough age that their parents probably did abuse and neglect them. I'm sure that that's what they're told. It's beat into them. That's told into them. I mean, I'm sure that that's probably one of the things that's told to these kids, as Classic tells us all the time, that, like there's a difference between a foster family that is just temporarily housing, and then there's the foster people that are taking you for adoption. So I'm assuming that if you're in the long term, that they tell you all kinds of horrible things about your family, that that you were abused, you were neglected, your parents dragged you through the muck, everything. And I want to know why that's right. Why that's right to do to these little kids, and that how is this not abuse to the highest degree of mental abuse to a child, to remove their heritage, to lie to them about where they're from, to put them into harm's way, to there's just a whole list of bad things that happens to these kids that get taken from homes. And even they have statistics, and they have not statistics, but they have what the hell is it called? Tests that they've proven that even if you are abused to a certain degree in your home, you're better off being in your home with the abusive family than you are to be removed and placed somewhere else. But yet they still continue on a daily basis to steal these kids.
Yeah, that study was done. And children that enter foster care are 400 to 600 more times likely to be sexually abused, neglected, and murdered.
600 times?
400 to 600 times more likely. That's what the I'll have to send it to you.
That's a crazy number.
Yeah, well, you know what else is crazy? So, TPRs, they pull the kids out of they put them in foster care, whatever. I worry about all that stuff, but my biggest concern, and I have issues with women who lie and say this is your baby when it's not that man's baby. Because I grew up, now everybody knows my dad's a retired police officer. My stepmother was a paralegal. But I also grew up with a doctor who was my stepfather and a nurse. What happens if that child needs that family, their biological family? What happens to them if something medical happens? Right. Just think about that.
Are they prone to cancer? Do they have leukemia? Is there any of these things? What is... I mean, are those things that they tell them? Do they know that stuff? Do you know? Like, I don't know that. I don't have an answer for this. I don't know if they're told this or not.
You would have to ask
Classic.
Classic mom. But just think about that, right? Like, this child could have a terrible accident, and what's the rarest blood type? AB, I think.
But yeah, something.
Yeah, there's a rare blood type out there. Okay, you get that from your parents. That is so rare. If that child needed something and their biological parents were the only one that could give that to them, think about that. That is a catastrophe.
It's awful. There's got to be some sort of something that tells you your at least your history, right? They must keep those things somehow. I mean, because I know that they ask you of that stuff. RH null, whatever that is called golden blood. There's 50 known living people worldwide, so I guess maybe not quite that rare. ABO, I guess, is the other one. AB negative.
I just know that there is one. Like O is universal. Right? Anybody was O is universal.
All right. So the least common of these primary types is AB negative. So they're the least common.
Okay. Well, maybe that one is the one I'm talking about. But it doesn't matter. The point is, they put them in danger, not just with all the psychological warfare and all the lies, and actually what they're doing is creating false memories.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So we can tell kids at a little age when they're taken, oh, your mommy didn't love you, your daddy didn't love you, this, that, and the third. So they grow up with these false memories. But I was watching something this morning that I said, oh my God, this is so sickening. We have mothers in the DC area throwing their babies in the dumpsters and they're getting them back.
Mm.
But we have parents that are good parents that aren't doing drugs and aren't abusing and neglecting their children, and we can't get those kids home. Really?
Mm-hmm.
What's wrong with that picture?
I mean, it's just, I can't believe how can the people that we put into this office that we call our government and all of that, how can they sit there and know that these studies are out here, know that these statistics are out here, know that this is the truth, know that all of this, and still do nothing to abolish, to get rid of, to stop, to any of this? They just keep putting these band-aids on it. Let's have another law. Let's put another, put another shrimp on the barbie. Yeah, obviously it's money, Becca. Clearly it's money. But it's just the point. At what point does morality and, just good, right and wrong, good and bad, evil versus, all of this shit, when does that come into play? When does it not? How does this continue on? Like, when is morals going to come back around so people start using those?
Well, I will tell you this. I got an email an hour before the show. Well, around 7. So I start working with the Virginia legislative body the 21st. I think it's next week or the week after. I don't know, but it's the 21st. So we're going to see what more we can change here in Virginia. I know one of the things on there, because Valerie knows I'm really pushing for the family memoranda. Just like if you get arrested, they have to tell you what your rights are. She knows that I'm pushing for that. So that is on the list this year. I just hope we can get it passed for 2027. But I don't know. I guess we'll see what Virginia's going to do, because I'll know by November. But I don't know. Everybody just has to stand up. We've been saying this,
How long have you been saying it?
for more than half my life.
Yeah. Dana, you're right there. Like, how long have you been saying it? People got to stand up and got to start doing something. I mean, I can tell by your
angry citizen wise, about 10 years.
Right. And obviously you didn't just wake up one day and say, oh, look, this is what we got to say. Like, you obviously felt this way for a long time, right? Like,
well, yeah, I mean, since I was a kid, and I couldn't understand why everyone around me felt like it was perfectly normal for us to just ignore the Constitution. And I kept saying, I don't get it, and they were like, well, it's okay under some circumstances because of blah, 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 this and that. And I said, that's not literally what it says. And these were people that I thought I respected.
Mm-hmm.
Just saying stuff that doesn't make any sense about how it's okay for them to take away your rights sometimes. And they couldn't even say really when. Like, it was always like, well, sometimes for some reasons, under some circumstances, sort of, kind of. And I'm just like, no, that's literally not what it says. How do you ignore the rules? And that's what people do. They just want to ignore the laws when they don't like them, and they want them to apply when they do.
Yeah, you can't be flip-flopping. You can't be sometimey, right?
Yes.
They either apply or they don't. Well, they apply.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Right. And then who makes these people that say that it's flip-floppy the judge, jury, and executioner of this? Like the cops on the side of the road, when did they become judge, jury, and executioner for everything that goes on? Like, all of a sudden they can Not only can they pull you over, they can pull you out of your car. They can search your car.
Bust your
They can
windows.
bust your windows. They can throw you down on the side of the road. They can assault you. They can handcuff you. They can do all of these things, and
Yep.
you can't do a damn thing about it. It's all
Yep,
part of the
because
procedure.
there's no one to police the police.
Well,
Right. And that's true, right? Like you're going to call internal affairs if you even have one. We don't have one. So the police are policing themselves. The judges are judging, right? Everybody inside that circle is policing their own departments.
Yeah.
That you can't have that.
Yep. The foxes that are guarding our hen house are guarding themselves, exercising their own
right. They're
discipline.
like a little elite crew of their own, which can do no wrong. You know, where's their charges for assault? I watched one of those videos on, I don't know what it was. The guy, I would love to try to get him on here. He's the civil rights law guy or something like that. His name is. I don't know if you've ever seen those on YouTube or not. But this, I thought it was where Danielle was, because it was DeKalb County, but it was Texas, not Georgia. But it was there, and there was a kid that was, and this isn't a joke, this is real. So the kid that was driving the car was a quadriplegic, right? The passenger in his car was a kid that was 100% blind, that had his face shot off by a shotgun from that police department. And the girl in the back was like a caretaker or, whatever, like she watched over them to make sure. And these guys go out and they do YouTube videos and make fun of themselves. Like they go hunting and stuff. And I'm like, you know what I mean? But that's their whole thing, is like make fun of themselves and all of this stuff, right? So they have good spirits about their disabilities and everything. But these cops pulled them over. And in Texas, just the smell of marijuana coming out of a car, they can search your car. They made this quadriplegic kid get out of his car. He couldn't even get out. He had to literally crawl himself out of the car. And they're like, get up. We're going to hold you up and walk. You can walk, move your legs and all this stuff. And the kid's like, no, I can. He's like, you know what? Do it. Go ahead. Lift me up and do all this stuff. And these cops, they give two shits. They gave two shits about this. The kid that they shot himself from the same department in the face, like, no, don't worry. They're like, we're not going to let you wander out into traffic. Don't worry about it. It's making sick comments like this, but who does something about this? Like who's going to handle this? Same thing with CPS. Why does this caseworker that just graduated from college get to come to her first job and decide that day that your kid's no good for there, go to a judge, if they even go to a judge, get a fake bullshit warrant that says you can take the kid out of the house, take them out, remove them, and then that's okay. And nobody's to say anything about it. And if you say anything about it, we're going to put more penalties on you to separate you further from your kids.
Well, corruption doesn't like to be talked about.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like it's a little known secret. Now, this is God's honest truth. It's a little known secret all across this country, in the courthouse and family court, that if you lose custody of your child, if you're a woman and you lose custody to a man, you're not getting custody back, and vice versa. That's the little known secret in the courthouses. Oh, and if you sign over your custody, it's even harder.
It's just, so what can be done about this? This is the thing. Do we, short of burning it down, which I think at this point, I think that is that the only viable option?
Just to be on the record, I will not be a part of the burning down part.
I will not be on the receiving end, please, and thank you. But just for reality here, like, for what are we going to do? What is to be done about this for real?
Well,
like,
the good thing is social media in Virginia. It's Lawyers Weekly, Virginia Lawyers Weekly or whatever. They are talking about the social media hindering the family courts here in Virginia. There's a dad's advocate group out here, somewhere here in Virginia. They're talking about it amongst themselves. Now, you got to pay $500 to be a member, so I only get to read snippets of it for the free part. But they are pissed that this father's advocacy group here in Virginia is hindering, because they're bringing out the corruption.
Yeah. But that's okay. So good. They get to listen. People are listening to them. That's awesome. How do you get people to listen to you? There's the next thing. Like, how do you, one of those groups get that around? You know, like, how do you get,
Well,
Dana's tried for years to get
True.
sheriffs to unify and to get them to come together and to be a legitimate, lawful organization like they're supposed to be. And how much do you, what do you get? Whoa, Jesus.
bless you.
I didn't mean to get you upset like
Sorry.
that. What do you from that, right? You get crickets, right? No one's trying to come and get involved. And, you know, like you thought what, Dana, when you were going to do that, the angry citizen movement, you thought, shit, man, this is going to be a no-brainer, right?
Yeah, I thought it would be really, really easy. Because, you know, who is happy with our government? Who thinks they're doing a good job? No one.
Right. But yet nobody does anything about it.
Nope.
They do nothing about it.
Nope.
I could have told y'all how lonely this road is.
Yep.
Because I'm going to tell you, until I literally came out on my YouTube channel, unless you knew me personally or my kids knew you or my friends knew you or somebody that had to know me and you together or whatever, nobody knew what I was doing. These courts could not figure out what these parents were learning and where they were learning it from. It was very lonely.
Right.
But then I found out that there's a lot, especially here, right? Like, I'm working with the law school, right? And Valerie, she's been doing this for a long time. Yeah, so it's a very lonely road because like I said, if it doesn't affect them, they don't care.
Yep.
But when this is going to come to fruition sooner than later, these people that aren't paying attention, and what's going to be ahead of them? What's going to be ahead of those ones that don't pay attention or have not helped or assisted or even paid attention to what's going on? Are they?
I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. They're going to be looking for the angry citizen videos. They're going to be looking for the Tiff and Punisher video, but then it's too late.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's too late.
Right. If you've already come looking for us, then it's already happened.
And now, if you've been watching The Angry Citizen and Tiff and The Punisher and all our other shows that we have going on, and they knock on the door, well, then you're going to be informed. But little too late when they're already knocking on your door, right? And you don't know your rights. You just let these dumbasses in, and now your kids are gone. You got a court date. Your drug tests have been lied on you. You know what I'm saying? They're all positive when they're really negative. Or the sheriff's department won't leave even when you tell them that they're violating the Constitution. And it's too late. You should have been watching the whole time.
Yep.
Okay, so then that leads to the question. How do we get people, because I'm a firm believer, we need to get people that are unaffected to get involved in these movements. There needs to be people that aren't affected because we're all crazy. We're all pissed off. This is the perception of people that watch these shows. If they were to talk about this and they have not been affected by the government or any of this stuff, then they would be like, oh, well, they're just pissed off. That's just a pissed off dad there that lost his kid, or you know, like, Tiff, you're just angry because, you know, blah 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 blah. That's what people say about us, right? But then when it comes to the time that they are affected, they're like, oh shit, these people are giving out viable information. Same with Dana's stuff with the angry citizen. The Constitution, what's that? What do you mean affidavit? How many people have you told about an affidavit that come back to you years later and be like, hey man, shit, man, what the hell is it? Dana, remember the time you told me about an affidavit? I could really use one of them right now. You know, how many of those do you have? Seriously. 4, 5, 10? How many people have circled back about the affidavit to you?
Who are you talking to?
I'm trying to talk to Dana. I don't even
That's
know
what I thought.
I don't know. Like, I don't know. I don't know the answer to that. You mean like how many people have come back to me and said, yes, they would like to pursue that? 0. It's never happened.
Stupid, man. What's
So
the number one thing
maybe
you need in any of these, you go into court for any of this shit, what's the number one thing you need to have? Sworn affidavit under the penalty of perjury. Number one thing the courts want from you. Dana's giving away this information, just trying to give it to people.
Well, that's a good point. But with CPS, you can't even get their affidavit, so you can't even rebut an affidavit because you don't know where it's at because they don't give it to you.
Yeah, that's it. Oh, so the answer is this, or the question is, how do we get people involved before it's too late? How does it get done? I like James.
question.
I like this James Markland up here. He's great, man. He's absolutely right. Fucking cowards, man. People are cowards. They're scared. They're afraid. And you know what? You should be scared and afraid, but you shouldn't sit back and be idle about it. You should be out here in the front line trying to change this, doing something. I don't know what you got to do, but you got to do something. You can't just sit there and do nothing. You know, I'm dealing with the same bullshit here where I'm at, where the government's seizing our property. Seizing our property, just taking it. Here you go. Nope. Can't go get your stuff. You can't do anything about it. The town's blocked you out. They're saying, nope, you can't go get your stuff. We own the entire 3 acres because that's all dangerous now. You don't get to access your property. This is ours and that's it. And it's ours for the taking. And you can't do shit about it.
Hold on. That's called eminent domain, and they need to offer you a fair market value.
Well, it's called, they're going to do whatever the hell they want. And you know what? I've been screaming out to people in Berwick to stand up and be like, hey, can you help us? These leaders that we supposedly have. And I'll call him out by name. Michael Ryan's there or whatever his name is. Mr. Oh, I'm going to help everybody. Really? Where are you? You got a real fight, buddy. I told you, come on, join up with us or help me at least. Help me. Where is he? Crickets. They don't want real problems. They just want that. They want that little face shot. I'm going to help you solve your problems. Let me get on the town board and all this shit. They're going to help you do shit. Not one of them.
True.
And then I try to tell everybody, because guess what? If you live in Berwick, Maine, and you watch this, which I know there's at least one of you that do, I'll tell you what, you're an idiot if you allow this to continue on. Because if they can come and do this to my property, then they're going to come and do it to yours.
Yep.
And they're doing it right in front of your faces. And you know what nobody's doing? Nobody's coming out. No one's coming out to these town meetings saying that this is ridiculous. I've talked to probably 50 people in this area about this. And they're like, oh, that's too bad. That's too bad, huh? That's too bad. Well, wait till your fucking shit goes wrong.
That's what they say to you. That's too bad.
Yeah, that's too bad. Yeah. Yeah, that's too bad.
Well, I will tell you that speaking out at town hall meetings is a good way to do shit.
Well, suddenly that our town hall, their open meeting is you have to submit what you want to speak to them about prior to, and they will go ahead and designate what you can talk about, and then like that.
Town hall meetings are for your town. They can't make you do any of that shit. Their little policies do not trump the Constitution. You have a right to go to the town hall meetings. Actually, they're supposed to be open to the public anyway.
Oh, you know what? That being said, there's something I learned about today.
Oh, yeah?
Yep. That's called shock the conscience. Have you ever heard about that? Shock the conscience? Oh, I don't know a lot about it yet. I just learned about it about 45 minutes before the show. And I looked it up, and what it is it's the city's yep, that's it. Oh, James, I know who you are now. James, I love you, man. He's one of our Canton friends. With Nicely and Hockley, with Holly. Yeah, James, whatever. Anyway, the Jameses, 3 J's. They were on our show Saturday night. But anyway, so shock the conscience is when the government does something so bad to you, and they've overstepped or overreached their things. There's other parts of it too. Let me pull up the definition of it, because there's a lot to be said about this in court cases, guys. If you guys have, like, especially CPS and stuff, I've never ever heard of this in my life. And I was talking to Jess today, and she told me about this. I'm like, oh my God. This is crazy. And it's fairly I guess it's kind of like a little unheard of, because I've never heard of it either. But I'll tell you what, the power of this thing, shock the conscience, case law. Well, it says shock the conscience is a legal standard used to evaluate whether the government conduct violates substantive due process. And then the other part of it is, or if a jury's damage award is excessively disproportionate. So it has 2 bars to it. But I mean, this is something like huge and heavy to add on to your 14th Amendment, right? So there's Roshan versus California, County of Sacramento versus Lewis. I mean, there's a bunch of stuff that go with this, but that's what it's all about. It's about if the government uses way more force than they're supposed to use against you, it shocks the conscience. So that's why it's called the shock the conscience defense, I guess. But I mean, look it up, and there's all kinds of information about it online, and it definitely puts into play CPS. It puts into play all of these things. It's crazy. In constitutional law, this test evaluates severe abuses of power by executive officials. To meet this standard, the conduct generally must be malicious or deliberately aimed at causing harm rather than just negligent or reckless. So that's and that's it. I mean, it's just, that's absolutely nuts, right? It's nuts that all of these people, what are you talking? I can't, I need a noose. But this is just crazy that I've never known about this, nor has anybody ever even spoken about this. So for everybody out there, look into this, because that's exactly what CPS is doing. Exactly what CPS is doing. And I believe that taking your kids is definitely a freaking reason to shock your conscience.
Yeah.
You know, so that's that about the shock the conscience. Look into it. So, yeah, that's what I got for that one. So it was exciting. It was exciting to finally hear something different other than the normal, you know, oh, this is this and this is that, and Fourth Amendment claims and blah, 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 blah. You know, some sort of a new defense that you can throw up in front of yourself that you never knew about. Yep, absolutely, James. You got it. Taking kids for state profit. Absolutely. Absolutely. It's just crazy. Crazy. But this is the stuff that, you know, people need to start looking into. People need to start trying to keep searching for new case law, new stuff to get out, because you know what? They got defenses for all the old stuff. We need more fire, man. We need more firepower in this movement. We need more people with their faces in the books. I mean, is the pen mightier than the sword still? Does that still matter? Is your argument still in courts, or did people give up on that? You know, like where is this thing? You know, where are we at now? Is everybody going to just put that down and just resort to violence now? Like, where is this fight? You know? What's your say in this, Dana?
Well, I mean, you know where I stand. I'm just feeling the discouragement, the, you know, overwhelming apathy of the American people. I mean, I don't even know what to do, honestly. I've been struggling for a while trying to figure out what the hell to do. I just want to retire, like, not do anything. That's what I want to do.
Well, I mean, that's what I mean, is anybody even going to be able to do that in this country any longer?
I mean, hard to say.
You know, without your rights.
I mean, they're pretty close to a point where, as far as I can tell, it's going to be like martial law. They're going to be basically telling us at any point that they'll do whatever the hell they want. We better shut the hell up, or we'll be arrested. That's right. Pretty much where we're headed.
I think we're kind of already there, right? I mean, that's just
in a way. I mean, the whole COVID scam was designed to instill that in everybody, and half of the people in this country welcomed it. They loved it, man. They couldn't wait to tell on their neighbors if you weren't wearing a suffocation device.
Right. or if they were within six. Oh, if you had a neighborhood gathering and the cops would come and break it up.
Yep. Call the cops right up. There's a family party going on. Break them up. Arrest those people.
Yeah.
That's where we are.
They sent the cops to my house during COVID because I had a hemp party. Right. So when the cops came, my husband was peeking out the window. He's like, hey, the Bodine's outside. I said, okay. So I found the hot pink, brightest robe I had. And I walked outside and the officer comes up and he's like taking his mask. I didn't have a mask on. Oh, I heard you had a party here. I said, and what's your point? He was like, well, apparently something happened with my neighbors. Anyway, I told him I would deal with the homeowner when I got back. But anyway, he was like, oh, and by the way, I need your ID. I said, you know who the fuck I am. You're standing on my fucking property. Get off of it. That was the end of that. But yeah, somebody called on me because I had a hemp party. So what?
Hi, Kitty. Hi, Kitty. What is the rule on IDs? How does that work? Can cops always just ask you for your ID?
Well, you have
They
to
can
be
ask.
committing a crime.
But you're not obligated to give them an ID. The only time, as far as I'm aware, that the law, whether it's just or constitutional or not, says is if you're driving. If you're not
The
driving,
driver.
you don't have to show them an ID.
The driver is the only one that has to produce a license. Nobody else in the car has to identify.
See, we have different laws. Is Maine you don't have to? In New Hampshire you do? Because one of them, it's vice versa for us. In one state you do have to, and in one state you don't. If they ask you, you have to produce. I'm not sure which one it is. If it's Maine that does, and then New Hampshire you don't. But it's back and forth. See, like our laws here, when you're close to the border like this, is different on both sides. Like everything's vice versa, you know. But you know, when cops just come up to you on the side of the road and they're like, "Let me see your ID." Do you have to produce that? Right, if they suspect you of committing a crime. But if you're not, you know, like, well, that's their whole suspicion for stopping to see you anyway, right? You normally, because they suspect something. Because, you know, the police only have jurisdiction in two places, the town hall and the police station. That's the only two places that they actually own jurisdiction in any community. That's it. That's the only places. The only reason they get jurisdiction anywhere else is because you call them to you. That's what gives them that jurisdiction. So they don't even have jurisdiction. They can't just like pull up next to you when you're walking down the street and do something to you. They can't do these things, but yet people don't do anything about it. So they just get away with it. Like they can't just be like, you're walking and they're like, oh, hey, Dana, let me see your ID, buddy. Let me get that on you. They cannot do that. Like they have no jurisdiction to even talk to you. It's crazy. But people just allow it to happen. The only reason, like I said, again, the only reason that they have jurisdiction is because you call them, you call for their services. That's why they can come to your house and they can come and do those things.
Well, and that this is what my dad told me. He said, if the police ever come to your house and you didn't call them, you have the right to tell them to get the fuck off your property. Whether if you did not call them, you can tell them to get the fuck off your property. So I've done that too. I said, why don't you go talk to the motherfucker that called you? Because trust me, I will not call you. I will drag my half dead ass across the bridge and call 911 over in the city. I will not call Frederick County. I don't care what's going on. So that part is true. So I've always told people, if you call the police on me, you make sure you talk to them because I have nothing to say to them.
Right.
And they don't want to deal with me anyway.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they avoid you like the plague, I'm sure. No doubt about it.
Good.
Mm-hmm.
We rolled up today. Now, you've seen my neighborhood. It's very quiet. The cops only come if they're called. Why was there a Frederick County Sheriff deputy sitting at the end of the road? I said, I told my husband, I said, don't turn, don't turn. What do? He fucking turned. First thing I did when I jumped out was make sure there wasn't nothing on my door. They're sneaky.
Mm-hmm.
I remember I was at a car wash one time and my nephew was sitting at the end of my driveway. He calls my husband. He's like, yo, I don't know where y'all are at, but don't come home because the police are circling and they keep slowing down past your house. No sooner we pulled up, bam, they tried to serve me. First of all, they had my name wrong. I told them it wasn't me, but Humpty Dumpty proceeded to put the shit on my door anyway. But yeah, I don't like them. They don't like me.
Well, they don't like me either, Tiff.
But I wear that proudly.
I do not. I keep that quiet.
Oh no, I wear that shit proudly. I am the most hated bitch in this fucking county.
I do not approach them. I've removed myself from their presence at all costs.
I'm so hated that when the new dude that's running against our sheriff, I'm going to contact him and be like, hey, do you want me to get you voted in? Because I can help you.
The Tiffany endorsement.
Yes, it will be.
Mm-hmm.
I sure am.
Yep. Endorsed by, yeah, we need to get that. We need to get that t-shirt made.
I want this sheriff out so bad that somebody, even if it has to be me, has to run.
You should really consider running for sheriff, Tiff.
I thought about it.
That'd be great.
Dana,
What?
then you and I can run for sheriff up here.
Well, I promise you one thing. If I ever did run and I won, Frederick County deputies would not be responding to any CPS calls. Call the state police, see if they'll come.
Unbelievable.
And let a judge violate somebody's rights and one of my deputies come back and tell me. Me and that judge are going to have some words and maybe handcuffs.
They're always listening.
I know that they're always listening. They listen all the time to us.
I could care less. Who cares? They already know who the fuck I am.
Well, we're not
ATF
always, there's
knows
others
who
of us
I
that
am.
understand.
They got my DNA. They got my fingerprints. They got it all.
You should
Fuck
rub
'em.
them things right off. Rub them off, Tiff.
Listen to me. If I commit a crime, I will call 911 myself or just go to the magistrate and turn myself in because I'm not running. I'm too old to fucking run.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't go anywhere and I don't do anything.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's just it. So
Yeah,
they
I
have no
know.
reason to come. They don't have any reason to come and mess with you or give you any shit, you know?
Oh, they don't like what I say.
Right. So that's called harassment if they come to you.
Listen, if they bring that shit to my front door, they already know what they're going to get.
Mm-hmm.
And I've only gotten pulled over a couple times, not in Frederick County, but in Winchester. I have no problem with those guys. Hell, they come to my house to get their windows tinted. We kick it in the front yard. I did have one of them tell me, he said he called to see if his truck was done. I said, actually, I just left the DMV because, I don't want you guys pulling me over, and saying, oh my God, Tiffany, your license is suspended. He said, Tiffany, I don't care if your license is suspended. I would take you to jail just for being mean.
Huh. Yep. Oh, man. Well, isn't this exciting? Dana, you're so full of energy today.
I know.
Dude,
That's why I'm
beat. It's been
talking
a
mostly
long
him.
week. I am beat as hell.
This has been a long week for Dana.
Yeah, I hear he's
I
been a
called
long week.
Dana before the show, and I'm like, Dana, I need you to inspire me tonight to really get some fire under my ass. This is the opposite of what I was thinking.
Not doing a very good job, I know.
Yes, I called to seek assistance from my main man, Angry Citizen, and he is done this. Oh, so I don't know. What do we got? How much time we got left here? We've got. Oh, we got some time. Hold on. Let me see here. Let me pull this video up. Hold on a minute. Let's go to this movies here. Let's see. Hold on a second.
Yeah, when they come to my house, they come like 12 deep.
Probably got your own special code, Tiff. Police call out a code 75D7 interaction with Tiffany.
Yeah. They always do it. Not just one. There's like 6 of them in one car. Like there's 6 cars with 2 police officers in it. Why?
I'm surprised they don't send the freaking armored vehicle.
They might.
The police armored personnel carrier shows up.
I'm 5'4", nothing. But I will stand on my property and I will give them the Constitution, human rights. I'll read them all that shit. No, you're not over here. You're not. Nobody has authority and nothing over here. If that's the case, they can pay my mortgage every month. Hell, I'll send them the damn bill.
That seems fair.
Right. They kept coming on my property and putting tickets on the cars because I took my tags off. The motor is blown. So they came and ticketed my car one time. I called them. I said, don't come back on my property. He was like, well, technically the first 3 feet is the state. I said, okay, then what did you send the county over here for? The state police need to come and put a ticket on it, not you. Miss Wise, why did you call? I said, I called to tell you if you don't stay off my property, I'm going to send you the mortgage bill or you can pay 1/3 of it. He hung up on me.
Imagine that.
But now when I call down there to get a FOIA request, I get Michelle or Jennifer, and they're just nice as can be. And I'm like, you know what? I appreciate y'all being nice, especially since y'all don't like me. She's like, Tiffany, I've only talked to you on the phone. I don't know anything else about you.
I want to play this video for you guys. It's a little bit long, but I want you guys to see this is pretty good.
Okay.
All right.
What? Yes, it's a recording device. It's a recording device, ma'am.
Okay, you are taking an official record of your case?
Yes, I'm taking my own official record as well. Sure. You see how it says notice form at the top?
I do. Thank you.
Thank you.
Welcome back to the Pro Se University channel, where we learn about pro se litigation so the people can stop looking like dumbasses in court. Plus, lawyers charge too much, so for some of us, there's no safety net there. We have no choice but to be the Pro Se for Dummies book on YouTube. Absolute Defiance just put out a banger video that'll have you screaming freedom like William Wallace on Braveheart. Let's get right to it.
Now we're taking this and you can ready to resume. Is there anything else that you'd like to tell the court about this case?
I just want to clarify, Your Honor, am I testifying right now?
Yes, this is a trial. My understanding is that you have no agreements.
That's correct.
Nobody tried to do anything. I did not get any discovery.
Just jump in. You're going to take turns because if you want to be on the record, the only way it's going to come out clearly is if one person talks at a time. That includes me. So right now, it's your first turn. Go ahead and get ready, please.
Yes, Your Honor. I'm Trooper Police Officer in the Interstate Police. I've been employed by the Interstate Police since May of this year. On July 5th of this year, I completed the law package test out exam and certified as a full-time law enforcement officer in the state of New Hampshire. My prior law enforcement experience, I completed the Law Enforcement Academy at St. for Colleges and Southwestern Public Safety Institute, graduating from police recruit class 213 in August of 2019, and then served as a full-time law enforcement officer with the United County Sheriff's Office in Florida from September 2019 until May of this year. The latter process to come up here. On the 9th of July of this year, at about 9 in the morning, I was monitoring traffic on Interstate 93 North in County Canterbury. At this point, I do request the court take judicial notice that Interstate 93 North in Canterbury is a way.
Is it what? Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor. While monitoring traffic, I noticed a silver Subaru hatchback traveling northbound in the left-hand lane of Interstate 93. At the time the vehicle passed by, I did not observe an inspection sticker located in the bottom left-hand corner of the window as it ordinarily would be placed. I contacted the vehicle and initiated a traffic stop on it. At the time when I entered tagging as part of the traffic stop, I also discovered that the tag had expired. It was going to be on December 31st of 2023. I made contact with the driver as walked into the vehicle. He provided me with his New Hampshire driver's license. At that point, I identified the driver as Frank Staples. So request the court take notice that Mr. Staples is here today with the beard wearing the red sweatshirt. I asked him about his registration and his inspection. Mr. Staples informed me at the time that he had had the money to take care of it and that he had just worked. As such, I only issued a citation for the inspection violation and not issue a citation for the unregistered vehicle.
Now, let me just pause to say that this cop is articulating himself very well, right? Well-spoken, sounds polite, sounds like he's doing his job. And the judge does not question that at all. Some of you guys are thinking it's reasonable, but pay very close attention to what this guy says. This is where the video gets really good.
Anything else that you want to talk about?
No, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr. Staples. It's your turn.
So, would I get to cross him?
Yes.
Okay. So, what law or statute requires an unregistered vehicle to be inspected in the state of New Hampshire?
I believe it's going to be 266 section 1, I'm not sure.
266-1, but you're not sure? So can we get a copy of it out, or can I pull it up on my phone to show to him? Yeah, my question, he says he's not sure about that. So how is he supposed to enforce this registration and inspection law if he's not sure how it works?
You can answer that question.
Whenever I have a question about a statute, I pull it up, I read the statute prior to taking any kind of enforcement action.
And did you do that in this case?
I didn't know that 266 section 5 does require the vehicle to be inspected to be operated on the road.
And does that require a registered or an unregistered vehicle to be inspected?
I would have to consult with the statute.
Okay, can we do that or no?
Do you have any other questions from this?
Oh, yes, I do. I have more questions. So, you don't know if 266.5, which is what you charged me with, correct?
Yes, 266 section 5.
Explicitly extends to unregistered vehicles.
I cannot answer that at this time.
Okay, so that would be a no. That would be a no. Yes or no? So does RSA 266.5 explicitly extend its application to unregistered vehicles?
I'm not sure at this time.
Okay, thank you.
I told you this video was going to be good. And if you like it so far, keep watching.
If inspection laws are tied to registration, would you agree with that?
I'm not sure. I have to consult with the statute.
Okay. So, okay, I'm not sure if you could answer. How can an unregistered vehicle be subject to a law that it's not subject to? But you don't know about the law, so you can't answer the question. So, inspection requirements. Under what circumstances does the state consider an inspection requirement to be waived or inapplicable to a vehicle?
I'm sure I'd have to check the statute.
Okay. Can an unregistered vehicle legally undergo inspection? And if not, how would an owner comply with the law?
I'm not sure I can solve the statute.
Enforcement mechanisms. If the law allows the suspension or revocation of registration for failure to inspect, how does this apply when the vehicle is not registered in the first place?
I'm not sure if it's done.
Okay. Questions about your actions. Interpretation of the law. Did you issue this citation under the assumption that inspection laws apply to unregistered vehicles?
Not necessarily to just unregistered vehicles, that it apply to any vehicle being operated on.
Any vehicle being operated. Okay, thank you. Evidence of violation. Did you verify whether the vehicle was registered or unregistered at the time of the stop?
I did.
And it was not, correct?
Correct.
It wasn't suspended?
Was not suspended, it was just the registration assigned to the vehicle was expired.
Had expired. So, how do you establish that 266.5 applies to an unregistered vehicle?
I would have to consult the statute.
Can you identify a case or a statute that directly supports the application of this?
I'm sorry, I cut you off there. I apologize.
It's okay. I was done. So you don't know?
Not off the top of my head, sir.
All right. Public safety questions. Is there any evidence that the vehicle posed an immediate safety risk that justified enforcing an inspection requirement?
I did not notice any immediate public safety risks.
Does the lack of a valid inspection sticker inherently render a vehicle unsafe if it is not registered for operation?
Can you ask that question one more time, sir?
Does the lack of a valid inspection sticker inherently render a vehicle unsafe if it is not registered for operation? So just because it doesn't have an inspection sticker, does that mean that it's unsafe?
Not necessarily, sir.
Does the legislative history of RSA 266.5 indicate that it was intended to apply to unregistered vehicles?
I know nothing about the legislative history of that particular statute.
How does the state reconcile applying inspection laws to unregistered vehicles when the statute primarily refers to registration?
I'm not prepared to answer that question.
Okay. How can vehicle owners comply with the inspection requirement for unregistered vehicles when registration appears to be a prerequisite for inspection?
I would need to consult with the statute.
Were you aware that you can't get a vehicle inspected until it's registered?
I was aware of that.
So you did know that. So then how did you think it was appropriate to apply an inspection requirement to an unregistered vehicle, which makes it impossible to have it inspected until it's registered, as you just agreed to?
Because the statute requires a vehicle to be registered and inspected to be operated on the ways of the state.
And what law is that?
I don't know off the top of my head for the legislation.
Okay. I get some notes here. Hold on. Okay. Oops.
Do you have any other questions?
Yes, I'm going through my notes. Can you give me a second, please? Sorry.
If you can let me know, because there's other people waiting for their turns, how much time do you give?
Oh, it's going to take however much time the trial takes. I mean, am I limited on amount of time that I have here to defend myself?
Well, it will impact the others who are waiting behind you.
Well, that's not my problem. I'm not the one that was instructed to be here today, or instructed myself to be here. I didn't ask them to be here, okay? So...
All right, I don't understand why this rude judge is interrupting this man. He's not speaking nonsense. He's asking good questions. Maybe it's because the system protects the system. If everybody knew their rights like this man does, many of these servants wouldn't have the job security that they do.
I saw with the statute, I believe it gets a little bit more into it than that.
All right, so is it fair to say that you don't know of any due date for an inspection required on this vehicle?
As far as I'm aware, there's not a date, just a requirement that it be inspected.
By what? You just said that vehicles can't be inspected until they're registered. So how am I supposed to inspect the vehicle if it's not registered?
You're supposed to have it registered and then inspected.
Correct. So why didn't you give me a ticket for, which I appreciate, for the registration?
I didn't believe it was necessary to write you 2 citations.
Okay, even though the registration is primary to inspection?
Is a prerequisite of the inspection, yes.
Correct. Okay, I'm done. Thank you.
The court will take this under advisement and issue a written order. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Have a nice day.
All right.
You guys heard the judge wants to come back with the ruling later. We don't get to see that, but absolute defiance puts it in his description. It does come back, and the case is dismissed. I'm going to a phone call or a letter in the mail, so they wouldn't have to embarrass themselves in court. If absolute defiance really did win this, that's exactly what happened. Those are the types of questions you're supposed to ask when you go in there. And he's also in the comment section replying to folks who are asking him questions. And guys, I went back to look at his channel and his videos. This guy is your favorite activist's kind of activist. This guy is the real deal.
I like his t-shirt. I need a sweatshirt.
I know. That's it. I mean, that's all we've got, right? Like that's what we have to do right there. You know, like you got me like a little bit flustered when he said that the cop didn't give him a ticket for a registration. So I'm like, what an asshole. But no, dude, if you didn't do that, no, hold them to the fire. That's all we can do, right? Like that's what we can do without turning our hand into violence. We got to be able to go to court, be prepared, and smoke these fuckers there. That's what we can do. That's all I've got. That's what I've got. Anybody else got anything else?
I got 2 little ones and a 4-legged guy that needs ready for me to come to bed.
Was that
He's
babe?
pacing.
Oh man, Dana, you got anything to say last, buddy?
Nope. Said it all.
Said enough. Said it all. Said enough. All right, guys. Well, thanks, guys. You guys have a good weekend. Don't forget Saturday night. We got the CPS Punisher and Friends, and then Sunday night we've got Classics new show coming out, and we got Gunning for CPS also after that. But I'm excited for Classics show. It's gonna be good. So everybody, make sure. I think she's 7:30 on Sunday night, so that's gonna be exciting to watch because that woman's full of piss and fire, and she's got a lot of shit to say, and I know that she's ready to say it. She's been pinned up long enough for all the bullshit that she's gone through. And she's definitely ready to get it out of her. So yeah, make sure you guys watch for that. Make sure you watch all the stuff that we've said over the week, and keep CPS out of your freaking hair over the weekend. Have a good weekend, guys.
You too.
This corruption is going to stop. It's pushing good people over the top. It's causing pain they don't deserve. These fucking judges, what a nerve. I can smell the smoke in the air. People losing their lives every day. We can't stand for this bullshit game. It's time to light this shit on fire. Let's burn the bitch down. They take our lives. Let's burn the bitch down. It should be no surprise. Let's burn the bitch down. They deserve what they get. Let's burn the bitch down. There is no regret. They're taking kids, ruining their future, making dads run scared through the fire. The court's destroying families, they're such a liar. When the days turn into the nights they give up, they have no fight. When you break the man, you take his soul. When you take his child, consider yourself told. Let's burn the bitch down. They cause our pain. Let's burn the bitch down. We're not insane. Let's burn the bitch down. They had their chance. Let's burn the bitch down. We show our stance. We won't stand for this anymore. Here I am, let's settle the score. I don't wanna bust your balls. Your Honor, you need to fall. You lie almost every day. Pissed off parents are on their way. You can get away with this anymore. Run scared when they pound on the door. You think this is a joke? You'll know better when you smell the smoke. We won't stand for this anymore. We are parents headed to war. Let's burn the bitch down. Whoa. Let's burn the bitch down. Whoa. Let's burn the bitch
We know it's all about the money, we know they lie, we know this is corruption. Does CPS know what they are doing to the children?